Hey there, this is John's Mate Reviews, and I have to say a warm thank you to anybody that stuck with this channel over the few years. I saw people leaving comments recently on a lot of my older videos, even though I haven't uploaded in a year and a half, and it just kind of made me realize that I had something that is worth keeping going. So for all my wonderful viewers, I have to say a warm thank you. Secondly, I've had a lot of thoughts lately about the scope of this channel, and I think I'm going to keep the name of John's Mate Reviews, right? But I think in the future, I could see myself expanding the scope of this channel to infusions in general, or just caffeinated beverages in general. Not energy drinks or anything like that, but, matcha, green tea, chai, stuff like that, because I've expanded my tastes a lot lately, and mate is really special to me, and mate is always going to be my favorite caffeinated beverage. But in terms of things that I want to do, I think that expanding this channel to review infusions in general I think it could be a logical next step, because there's only so many mates where you can review before you run out of things to talk about. So that's how I feel. So anyway, I have to say that today is a very special day for John's Mate Reviews, because today I am going to be reviewing my first mate. We're going to pretend that didn't happen. Today we're going to be reviewing my first mate, Cruz de Malta. So if you don't know, Cruz de Malta is an Argentine mate, and for a lot of people, myself included, this is what you think about when you think of yerba mate. Now, it's flaky, it's earthy, the scent. It's got that malty scent. It's got a little bit of powdery on it, and it's just wonderfully aromatic, very earthy. And I would say if you are somebody that is looking to try mate, that has never tried mate in your life, I would recommend Cruz de Malta. It tells you everything you need to know about mate. The flavor, I could be biased because this is just my first mate, but when I think of yerba mate and I think of the flavor of yerba mate, I think of Cruz de Malta. It's very earthy, very malty, but also very balanced. It doesn't go too far in any direction, right? Whereas something like Canarias, right? Or Canarias, sorry. I don't know how to pronounce a lot of these things. It kind of, like something like that leans a little more into the green tea side of the flavors for mate. This has its own unique flavor, and you can't get the flavor of Cruz de Malta in any other beverage. It's really not something you can compare. And a lot of people, when I'm introducing them to yerba mate, I'll gift them a bag of Cruz de Malta for multiple reasons. So first of all, obviously everything I talked about, right? When I let people smell Cruz de Malta, and they've never smelled mate before, you get either one of two reactions, right? So you get either, wow, that's wonderful, I've never smelled anything like that, it's earthy, it's rich, but it's also delicate and balanced. Or you get, that smells like hay. So, hey man, maybe some people, they think it smells like hay, but I've gotten, two reactions, right? So it really is just it's a very approachable mate for somebody's first mate, right? So I have to say, in terms of flavor, you really do get that maltiness in there, and you taste it, right? And you get that earthiness. The way I would describe the flavor is the actual taste tastes malty, right? But the aftertaste, that's where that earthy flavor comes in. And I don't know if you guys have ever been to like a smoothie shop or something like that, where they have those antioxidant shots where they're very green. That's what it tastes like, almost. Or that's what the aftertaste is to me. And it's very unique to yerba mate, right? So in terms of longevity, the first 2 or 3 cycles, you're going to get the most flavor, right? And by the time you're around cycle 7, that's when the flavor is going to start running out. And I'm about cycle 7 or 8 right now, and the flavor is definitely still there. It's just a little bit more watered down at this point. and you can kind of tell on my 8th cycle because I'm all amped up, right? So in terms of caffeine content, I'd rate this as a 6 out of 10. It is definitely there, and it can definitely get you buzzed in a few cycles, right? Especially if you're somebody that's more caffeine sensitive like me, but it's not too much, right? Like Rosamante Especial, right? That mate I reviewed a few years back, that you can have like 2 or 3 cycles and it's like, you know, you're ready to phase through walls. This, it's a lot more mild. Again, for somebody like me, again, I've taken this is like my 3rd take at this point, so I've had more than enough caffeine. I think I'm going to set that aside for now. For someone like me, I like this mate because I can have like 2 or 3 cycles in the morning, not spend a lot of time, get out the door, and be caffeinated, right? If you're somebody that's looking for something that you can drink all day, I would say it depends on your caffeine tolerance, right? So somebody like me, no matter how much caffeine I drink, I'm just always going to be sensitive to it. That's me. I can't drink this all day. However, if you're a lot less caffeine sensitive, I'd say there's a good chance you can handle this. And again, the flavor, right, like, I wanted to say like 7 or 8 cycles, but I'm on my 7th or 8th cycle right now, and the flavor is still pretty good. It's not quite as in your face as the first cycle, but it definitely will stay there. It definitely will continue to taste good. So I'd say I would say this is a decent all-day mate. It's not going to be like a Playadito or anything like that, just because the flavor of Playadito lasts through so many cycles that it's kind of crazy. So when I think of an all-day mate, I think of Playadito, but I could totally see this being somebody's all-day driver. So, again, this is kind of a special mate to me because it's my first mate, and perhaps I'm being a little bit biased, but in terms of price, I would say this is hard to beat. It's about $10 to $12 on Amazon for a 1 kilogram bag, so again, very easy to gift to somebody, very easy to buy stashes and stashes, right, for yourself. And the bags, for me, they last a while. I don't drink as much mate these days just because I've gotten to a point with my caffeine tolerance where I had to take a step back because I was getting fatigued, just because I had caffeine crash later in the day. But it's a good drink. I would say if you have not tried Cruz de Malta yet, this is a must-try. Just go on Amazon right now. $10, $12 for a kilogram. If you don't like it, hey, you know, that's $10, whatever. If you love it, hey, there's a new daily driver and it's very cheap and affordable. So I would recommend. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I want to start uploading to this channel a little bit more. Lately I've been diagnosed with mono, so I'm staying home from work for the next 2 weeks. So hopefully I can push out some more reviews in that time, and you guys get to see my face a little more. We get to talk about delicious mates. So take care of yourselves, and thanks for tuning in.